Hey guys, it's me, Hellhound, once again, and I'm actually gonna go and do a video I forgot to do earlier. I should have got to. This will be my last video for today, though. I promise. I know I'm probably overdoing it a little bit, but you probably already heard. But I got even more tragic news. Gosh, recently we've lost Chris Cornell and Roger Moore, among a few other greats. But the latest celebrity death was Adam West, who, of course, was best known as playing Batman in the original 1960s TV series. Technically, he wasn't the first actor to play Batman in live action, because there was the 1940s Batman and Robin serials, the black and white. But yeah, he's the first one that most people remember. He was the first one that was like really well known and iconic, and I loved that show growing up. I used to always watch it, the reruns at my grandma's house. Yeah, I loved it. It was really kid friendly. It was really campy and cartoonish, really silly. The Joker, the comics, is a homicidal maniac who kills somebody, slaughters people, then laughs about it. But in the show, he would turn the water supply into jelly and stuff like that. And I like Cesar Ramirez's version of the Joker. And he's been dead for years as well. But I knew Adam West. I knew his passing was coming. He's been in bad health for a few years, but it's very tragic. I believe he was about 88 years old. He was a huge part of my childhood. Upon becoming an adult, I'm not a huge fan of that series anymore. I still watch it for nostalgia reasons, and it is Batman. It's a different take on Batman, but when I think of Batman, I think of, he's supposed to be dark and gritty, like a little more serious in tone, because, the other superheroes are usually more, a little more colorful and, a little more lighthearted. Batman is always the more morose, more brooding one. The other superheroes are mostly just about saving people and being heroic and smiling and setting a good example. Batman's more about punishing criminals. He's more about making people afraid to break the law. So he's a little bit different, and he doesn't have superpowers either, so the show was a little, as I said, it was more lighthearted, it was more kid-friendly, but I did grow up with it. It definitely has its place in Batman's history. I'm not knocking it by any means. And Adam West was great in that role. Him and Burt Ward had great chemistry. They were very fun to watch. All the villains, Frank Gorshin's Riddler, and Burgess Meredith's Penguin, and the numerous Catwomans and Mr. Freeze and stuff. I think it's Julie Newmar. It's probably my favorite Catwoman. I like Lee Merriweather as well, and Eartha Kitt. They're all better than Halle Berry. But she was good as Storm in X-Men, I suppose. But yeah, rest in peace, Adam West. Very tragic. Very sorry to hear about his passing. As I said, he was a huge part of Batman's legacy. Huge part of the history of the character, even though it was kind of a departure from the comics. But again, a lot of the comics, in the golden, Silver Age, I guess, at the time, some of them were kind of campy as well. They were a little more, a little more lighthearted. Batman didn't get truly. It didn't really get extremely dark, I think, until maybe late 70s, early 80s. Definitely when Frank Miller took over. The Dark Knight Returns and stuff like that. That's when Batman really got violent and gritty. Really became more bleak and kind of depressing at times. And that's the way I like it. That's what separates him from all those other superheroes. Captain America and Superman, smiling and saving cats out of trees. All American heroes, and we're just here to save the day. And Batman's more like, he's just so badass. He's my favorite superhero of all time for good reason. And Adam West is definitely a huge part of the character. And I, grew up watching the show, so it was a part of my childhood. Very sad to hear his passing. We're losing too many legends here lately. That's very unfortunate. 2017's been a bad year for that. 2016 and 2017 have both been pretty bad years for that. Very, very sorry to hear the passing of the original Batman, the great Adam West. I also really miss his voice in Family Guy as well. He's one of the Mayor Adam West, one of the funniest characters in the show, and I'm sure they'll be paying tribute to him as well. I'm sure there'll be some kind of homage to Adam West. So, once again, rest in peace, Adam West. But his legacy will live on. Batman is a timeless character. Batman is immortal. So, and Adam West was a huge part of what made that so special. So, he was a huge part of my childhood. Huge part of the Bruce Wayne / Batman character. Alright guys, I'm Hellhound, and I promise this will be my last video today. I won't do any more. Alright, peace.